Lesson 5, Unit 1, the Project Governance. Project governance is the management framework in which all project decisions are made. It's an important part of project management because governance defines the levels of assistance, authority, control, and what type of decisions are made in the project. All of this helps understand the roles, the responsibilities, and the accountability in the project. The project governance defines the following: decisions, what decisions need to be made and who makes those decisions. Authority, the different levels of authority that are given to the people who are in charge of the project. Compliance, making sure there is a process in place for the project to be in accordance with established guidelines or specifications. Quality, the specific quality standards and processes the project must follow. Policies and procedures, the organization rules and how they are applied, and this includes the use of exceptions. Legislation, make sure that the project follows local laws and even international regulations. Ethics, to make sure that the project follows a code of professional ethics. And accountability, which assures that the people assigned with responsibilities in the project can be held accountable for their decisions. The project steering committee is one of the first elements of a good project governance. It's usually made out of senior management in the organization. In some cases, there is a representative of the donor being part of the committee, but it depends on the donor. There could also be some internal or external stakeholders and the project manager who will provide progress reports to the committee. For this committee to be effective, it needs to be small, no more than 6 people. The decisions of the committee are typically strategic and focus on providing support and facilitation to allow the project to achieve its goals. It should not be used as an operational function or to make day-to-day decisions on the project. The structure of the project steering committee is defined at the early stages of the project. Key responsibilities of this committee are the appointment of the project manager. Once the committee has received information from the donor on the approval of the project and the availability of the funds, the committee is in charge of selecting and appointing a project manager to lead the project. Approval of the project charter, a document that gives authorization and defines the governing structure of the project. Authorization to use the resources. The steering committee authorizes the project manager to use resources from the organization. The authorization of changes that come from issues, risks, or opportunities to improve the project that are above the level of authority of the project manager, especially on changes that will affect the budget. Resolution of conflicts. They are responsible for resolving conflicts that occur with other units or areas of the organization, especially on the use of resources. The type of governance for a small project is simple. It can include a steering committee, which consists of 3 to 5 people, and includes the project manager. The steering committee is in charge of providing support, especially in those areas where the project manager doesn't have much authority and needs the steering committee to make key decisions. The steering committee is not a managing unit. It becomes a risk if they start to micromanage the project, and then the role of the project manager becomes confused. The committee helps to steer the project, make sure it's following the objectives, and that the project is delivering the results as planned. The committee makes sure that the project has all the resources, the support, and the tools it needs in order to be successful. For a large or complex project, you can have various committees. You may have a project board that is formed from key executives in the organization. Their role is to provide strategic support and ensure the project is aligned with the organization's goals. A steering committee that is more involved in decision-making, changes that need approval, and resolution of internal conflicts. Then the project manager, who is in charge of leading the project. You can include an advisory committee that is formed by technical experts or representatives of communities or beneficiary groups who provide advice and suggestions to improve the project.